Well, now to our big story at 10 Center Court. A Dane County judge's decision to overturn the core of Act 10 does more than change collective bargaining rights in our state. It actually sets up another consequential race for the state Supreme Court. Our Sam Kramer is here in the studio. And Sam, the last rate for a justice seat set a spending record.
And the ads cost more than $53 million. And tonight, both parties say they would not be surprised if we break it again with another divisive issue right at the center of this race. It caused protests for weeks, a political divide.
Senators, please return to the chambers so we can begin.
That saw state lawmakers leave the state to try and block a vote. Governor Scott Walker eventually signed Act 10 into law on March 11, 2011. His landmark legislation still impacting politics some 5,000 days later. The law says public employees, except most first responders, can only negotiate their pay raises to match inflation. It eliminated their ability to bargain benefits, vacation, and working conditions, ultimately saving taxpayers and governments a lot of money. Now both state parties expect the campaigns will spend a lot of money on the state Supreme Court race. So far, it's Waukesha County Judge Brad Schimmel, a conservative, against Dane County Judge Susan Crawford, a liberal.
I think that this is a campaign that's going to be bigger than any one issue. The state Supreme Court touches so many parts of our lives.
Tuesday, state Democrats say Act 10 just joins a list of issues in the race, like abortion and voting rights, that the court could rule on.
I think this is going to be another nationally watched campaign, and I think there are going to be a lot of resources at play here for sure.
There, both parties agree we could be in for another expensive race.
I think this will end up perhaps being the most expensive Supreme Court race on record here in Wisconsin.
But Republicans, critical of this week's ruling, see Act 10 as a big issue.
Are we protecting taxpayers in this state? Or are we going to let outside interests come in and run the courts?
And both candidates have chimed in on Act 10. Schimmel, who was once Walker's attorney general, says he would defend it if elected. Crawford, meanwhile, actually argued against the law in court back in 2011, seeking to overturn it. Mary?